Welcome, everybody. I call the meeting to order. It's 5:30, October 28th. Please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we're going to start off tonight with Nick's report. Nick, what do you got for us tonight?
Let's knock my coffee over. Okay. Hi, folks. A couple items here. So you'll notice our sign out front of Town Hall is being held up by a ratchet strap right now and not operable. We are in the process of fixing that, but I did want to make note to folks that maybe have noticed that some signage that they're used to is not flashing out front. One of the hinges rusted, it put water into the system. So physically it's falling apart, and then internally it fried up. So we're working on that. We should have a replacement up there shortly. The Maine Department of Transportation is hosting a meeting for the second bridge. And Amber, I'm gonna ask you help. What's the date for that one? Is it the 8th?
It is November 5th, 6 p.m. at the Public Safety Building.
Okay. Day after Election Day. So next Wednesday at the Public Safety Building, 6 p.m. At the, and you walk into the Public Safety Building, it's that room straight ahead. It's in between both the police station and the fire station.
6 p.m.
1800, sorry.
Just a little housekeeping. We have our next select board meeting scheduled for Veterans Day, so it's canceled because it is Veterans Day. In the interim, we're probably going to have a special select board meeting anyways because we need to post a warrant for the special town meeting for the Main Street Skowhegan lease agreement that we're still drafting up. We're waiting on some insurance numbers, but we have to go to a special town meeting for that. So we'll have to hold a special select board meeting to approve that warrant 7 days beforehand. So there'll be information pushed out once we have the details down and we have a better timeline. But that will probably happen in between this meeting and the next scheduled meeting after Veterans Day. So no select board meeting on Veterans Day. And the last thing is just a quick little update. I attended the school sharing cost formula for MSAD 54 with Kevin last night. There's 2 more meetings scheduled for that. And the purpose of that is for whatever the state doesn't cover. Municipalities have had this formula in place since, sounds like, '07 to cover that extra allotment. What this group is doing, it's 2 representatives from each of the towns that make up the school district. We are voting to either keep the formula, which right now is based on 100% valuation, or change it. And then if we're going to change it, what's the makeup? Do we want to do 50-50, 50% student populations, 50% valuation? Do we want to do 100 student population, 0% valuation? And then the timeline for that. Some of those towns, the smaller towns, if it's an increase for them in their budget, it's going to be unsustainable for them to do it in a year. So we would probably want to offer them the opportunity to transition that over a few years. But we're looking at that. Hopefully we do change it. It needs an update. It hasn't been updated since 2007, so I'll leave it at that. But that's all I have for now. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nick. We're going to move on to department and committee reports. Chief Bucknam.
Good evening, everybody. A couple of quick things. Number one, I just wanted to give you guys an update on our community resource officer and what he's been doing in the downtown district area. I don't want to steal her thunder tonight, but I heard they had a great, successful ghost tour down there. And our community resource officer was actually called over to assist them with some individuals who were being a little bit belligerent. So worked out great. He was right in the downtown area. Call came in. He took care of it. Everybody went off, did their thing. So I know there's a parking spot down there for a cruiser and everything. Right now, my officer is not on the bicycle. He has to go to a bike school, certified bike school, so that he can drive a bicycle and not hold the town liable if he wrecks. So that has to happen just for liability purposes. We're already planning to send him to, I believe, Old Orchard Beach in the spring. They put on a bike school every year for their beach officers, and we're going to send him down there to that. So you'll start seeing a cruiser parked there out front, and then the bike, you'll be utilizing that. But he's also working on foot right now. He is tasked with Wednesday through Friday to be at the Margaret Chase Smith schools to get the kids out of the school and back to their parents. So he's all over the place right now, but Coburn Park felt his presence down there when he went down there and took care of some business, and the gentleman decided to drive his truck up over the rocks, and we had to call a big wrecker to get him out. So he's been very active down there, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. He is working it and patrolling the area and pushing people out. Car deer accidents. It's cold, deer are on the move. When it's dark out there, you need to pay attention to your surrounding areas. We handled almost a half a dozen of them this morning alone, just Skowhegan. Somerset was overloaded with deer accidents as well. So please pay attention if you don't want your hybrid car wrecked by a deer, because they can't hear it, right? So they're just going to run right out there. You just need to pay attention and save yourself some damage. Hunting season is in full effect. People are allowed to walk the streets with a firearm. It's just the way it is, folks. It's their amendment right to do so, but when it's hunting season, they're walking down the street carrying a shotgun or whatever they're hunting at that particular time. It's not a reason to get all excited about it unless he's doing something silly. If they're just walking down the street, he's mostly dressed in orange. That's a big giveaway for me as well. We get a lot of calls for that over the last few days, and so just be aware of that as well. And I know there's a video floating around town right now on all the social media stuff of 2 juvenile females beating up 1 juvenile female. We are in the process of investigating that. We know who they are, and we are trying to track them down along with their parents. So if you get any information or anything like that, please give us a shout. Officer Shane Lay is the one that's actually investigating that. And I don't know, sometimes social media just boggles my mind, but it helps solve a lot of cases because people are ridiculous with their videoing. So other than that, everything else is going great. And if you guys need anything, you know my number. It's 911.
Dave, real quick, can you just remind everyone, once the CRO is bike certified, that bike is donated?
Yes. So Sam Height from Height Ford has generously donated a I'm going to call it the Height Ford Bronco e-bike. And once spring comes around, we'll work it all out, all the details with him. And so very much grateful for Sam Height. Also grateful for Sam Height giving me our Ford Police Interceptors, since we had to chase with a Cadillac. But somebody went to jail for that. And just don't run from the police. Just pull over and deal with it, because we're going to catch you one way or another. Just going to add charges if you're doing silly stuff trying to get away, because you're not going to get away. So, all right. Made myself clear on that, right? You too, Dickie, with that Charger? Yeah.
Can't get it wrong now, I got one of each.
Thank you, Chief. Fire Chief Johnston? Okay. Gail.
First of all, I would like to thank the crew, the wonderful people that work in the front office with me. We have had 2 months of a lot of stuff going on, and we've had printers not printing where we want them to, and we have just had tons of people coming through our office. So if they didn't love their job the way I love my job, I could see them walking out the door. But they didn't. So I want to thank Lori Greenleaf, Larry Bunno, Jen Teenan, and Renee Libby, because they're rock stars. They are definitely rock stars. And I went on the ghost tour on Friday night. I totally enjoyed it. I'm one of these late people who think of it at the last minute, so I got to go by myself, but there was a lot of other people that were there, so I totally enjoyed that. I want everybody to know that special circumstances for ballot voting will begin Thursday morning, so if you're just want to vote early, tomorrow's your last day, unless you want to come in and sign a form under oath swearing that you just found out you're going to be out of town or can't come in. Right now, I believe we have between 400 and 450 absentee ballots already filed, and we'll have a lot more that'll be coming in. Tax clubs stopped today, and we're up from last year. I think last year we had maybe like 45, and we're up to 50. So that's good. They can come in if it's your primary residence. You can make 8 monthly payments. They start in October, and they end in May, so a lot of people took advantage of that. The front office is closed for regular business on Election Day. It's kind of going to be a day for us to catch up, because I know we've got stuff laying around that needs to be done. I know my desk looks like a bomb blew up. I haven't sat at it in about 2 weeks. And then I wanted to let you know, since the beginning of October, the front office has processed $7.4 million in taxes. That's just taxes. So that's a lot of money, and I have some checks that still have to be processed just because 3 of us worked on Sunday because we were so backed up with our mail. So, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Gail.
Dale, if you need help spending, let me know.
Yeah, I don't have a problem spending.
I have a problem with you spending it.
Jason.
How are you? So Elm Street's gonna be shut down Monday. We're doing a drainage job down at the very end of it. So most of the street will be open down to Little Colburn. They're gonna have it shut down, but everything will be fine driving down to, all the way to Little Colburn. But, had a little talk with the guys doing Madison Ave this week too. Little update. Tonight, all week, they're supposed to be paving Madison Ave, putting another 2 inches of mix onto it. They weren't able to last night because of the rain. And they're supposed to do the 2 center lanes tonight and work on the 2 outside lanes. And then they're gonna readjust all the entrances to the businesses and the roads and driveways, which could be quite extensive because they're only putting another 1.5 inches on it next year. So this is just another 2 inches now, 1.5 inches in the spring. And they got quite a bump there still. They've taken a lot off, so.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be helpful because I basically put in 4-wheel drive to get anything off of Madison Ave, so anything will help.
You are driving a Ford,
I am driving the Ford. I'll drive the Ram tomorrow. It'll be fine.
but we are picking up leaves now, so
get your leaves out. We're not gonna be out there for very long, so get them out. That's it.
Thank you, Jason. Donnie?
Recently working with the Maine Rural Water Association. They're going to be the link for us to receive grant money. There's some things we need to address down there, the fence and possibly a retaining wall. We started a risk and resiliency assessment. Chief came down to check it out. And so you have the public safety side of it, and then we're in the floodplain down there. So there's the environmental flood risk. So this risk and resiliency assessment opens the door. We need that to qualify for any sort of grant funding. So what my plan is to find any outside money that we can for these projects. And so this is the start of that. So should look forward to seeing how that turns out. And if we can get a retaining wall and a new fence, that would be a home run for us. So that's about it.
Thank you, Donnie.
Thanks.
Hi, Cindy.
So we are officially fully staffed again. This past summer, we welcomed Dylan, and now we have Andrew up there, so you will see a couple new faces. Please be patient, they're still learning all the rules and everything, but they're both doing a great job. New stickers. Our current white stickers expire at the end of this year, so our new 2026, 2027 stickers will be available for sale starting November 4th. You can receive the new stickers at the transfer station and also in the clerk's office, but of course, clerk's office on the 4th is not going to be open. It's election day. A current Skowhegan registration is required to be seen to purchase a sticker. They are still $10 for the 2 years, but you do have to have a current registration to purchase a sticker. And the stickers, per our ordinance, are to be attached to the vehicle it belongs to. So not shoved in the dash, not shoved in the glove box. It makes it a lot easier, so every time you come up, guys aren't asking you, where's your sticker? You gotta dig for it, hunt for it. They're supposed to be on the vehicle, preferably on the lower passenger side, so they can see them as you drive in and don't have to harass you all the time. And of course, the transfer station will be closed on Veterans Day, that Tuesday. It's on the sign. Just don't forget that it will be closed that Tuesday, and we'll reopen on Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. And also the wood pile. We've had a lot of instances lately of people going down there and throwing stuff that does not belong in the wood pile. Pressure-treated wood can't go in the wood pile. Furniture, as long as it's all wood, can go down there. We have found garbage, we have found plastic, we have found mixture of everything. Whitney found a bunch this past weekend. Technically, you are supposed to stop and let the attendant take a look at the load before you go down so we can make sure and educate you of where stuff goes. I am looking into getting new signs to list what can and can't go down there. But please don't just fly through and throw whatever down there, because hopefully they'll be here to chip within the next couple weeks. They don't like it when they find metal and stuff that shouldn't be down there. So just please be conscious of, make sure it's clean wood down there. And that's about it.
Thank you. Cindy,
Yes.
the transfer station, we all know this is a huge benefit to the town. I know many towns that don't offer what we offer to the residents. And I'm sure 99% of the people are doing a great job there.
Absolutely.
But at
Yep.
some point, there's got to be some consequences for what's going on there. So we're going to have a discussion at some point, but, you know, I'm not against some type of signage, but at some point, the violations need to be, there need to be consequences attached to them.
Yep. And now that I have full staff, we can definitely keep a closer eye on that. Things do slow down a little bit in the winter, except around the holidays up there. So we're definitely going to be keeping a much closer eye, making more trips down around that area. The other thing I'm finding is a lot of stuff that doesn't belong in the inert pile. I took a walk around there one day. If you're throwing away a toilet, you gotta take the seat off, you gotta take the innards out. That's not inert material, that's plastic. A lot of plastic jugs getting mixed in there. Wood, I found wood in there the other day. So please just be conscious of where you're throwing stuff, and if you don't know where it goes, just ask. That's all you gotta do. Any of the guys up there and myself will explain where things go. So, but I do agree, we definitely need to have a discussion on that, Whitney.
I mean, there's got to be something attached to people who just violate the rules. At some point, maybe suspend their privileges or attach a fine to it.
And that is allowable within the ordinance as well.
Okay.
Or they dig the skunks out of the compactor.
Haven't had it, hey, you're gonna jinx us, Nick. We haven't had
knock
any
on wood, we're
lately.
good.
But also remember, if you're out hunting and you got animal parts and stuff, they don't go in the compactor as well, because after a couple days, it starts to smell. So no animals in the compactors, please. Only if you want to fish them out, Dickie. Oh, and within a couple weeks, the new door should be on site and getting worked on, so got an update today. Okay, so that'll be a good project to get done.
All right, thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Last but not least, Denise.
I just want to thank everybody. This weekend, Saturday, we had our community event. It was a partnership with the Chamber for the trunk or treat. We also had the community Halloween haunted house, kid-friendly. We had a bunch of activities on Saturday, so I just want to thank all of our volunteers. Some of the middle school kids and the team and coaches helped us out. So it was, if you're up there, it was a little crazy. We also finished our fall season with 24 teams we had go to the high school. We had 14 little kids field hockey teams and 8 football teams, and we had a tournament in our last games at the high school on Saturday, so thanks to SAD 54 allowing us to use their fields. So we wrapped up fall programs. Our winter brochure is out right now. Sign-ups are going on, so everybody can check that out on our Facebook or our town website, or get a hard copy at the community center. Also, just want to give a heads up that we are about ready to go live, which is My Rec software. We will be posting that soon, that people can register, become members. We are going to go to an online registration system where people can use debit, credit card, pay cash or check at the community center. So we're looking forward to that. So we will be posting on our Facebook and town website that people can start getting their information in the system, and then we will announce when we will go live, when we get all of our winter programming information in that software. So we have been wanting, I've been wanting this for a long time, and it's going to be a huge service to a lot of people in our community. So other than that, I want to thank Jason and his crew. Been doing some work with my crew on the concession stand at the Cartwright Complex. If you haven't been down there, I also want to thank Paul York. He's brought pavers for us. If you haven't been there, check it out. It looks really good. And also just projects going around still with Ranger, still going, pumping away at that. So everything's going. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Denise. It does look great down there. They've done a fabulous job, and much thanks to Paul York, because he donated all those pavers. So we're going to move on now to conflict of interest disclosure. Amber?
I have none.
Ethan?
I have none.
Kevin?
I have none.
Elijah?
I don't have any either.
I have no conflicts.
Is that really true?
I knew you were going to say something. All right. We're going to move on to select board items, and we're going to start off with Amber.
Good evening. Nick already mentioned the public safety building second bridge, so I'll skip that. I wanted to say thanks to Jason for filling in that sinkhole I mentioned at the last meeting. That's all taken care of. And I just wanted to let folks know that there are, as we prepare for a special town meeting around the signing of agreements with Main Street Skowhegan, I've been brushing up on the history of the Run of River project, as it was originally called, now the River Park, and just wanted to point people to the town's website, skowhegan.org. If you go to Town Studies and Plans, you too can check out the history of where we've been over the years, as early as 1999, Riverfront Renaissance plans, and all of the comprehensive plans that the town has voted in favor of over the years. So just brush up on where we started, where we are now, and where we're about to go with the River Park planning. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. Ethan?
I'm all set, thank you.
Kevin?
Just a couple things. Up at the transfer station, the recycling center, I noticed the gate was cleaned up there, the old yellow swing gate. That was kind of an eyesore. Cindy got right on that, got it taken care of. Looks really nice up there with the new sign and stuff on the entrance, and that's really neat. Made that place look a lot neater. That's all I got.
Thank you, Kevin. Elijah? I'm all set too. So we're going to move on now to items by the public. Please step up to the mic. Yes, Lynn?
Thank you very much. My name is Lynn Gavoni. I am the president of Lights Up Productions, a nonprofit whose mission it is to revitalize the Skowhegan Opera House by doing renovations and updates, and also by bringing the arts to the community. We have been extremely busy. I have not been here since July. It's unbelievable. It's been 3 months of complete crazy activity. So I'm going to kind of update you on what we've been up to. I love to update the select board, but also the public. First of all, it was a very successful end of the summer and start of fall. I want to say, first of all, congratulations to Bryant Sear and Hannah Davis, who are on our board for the birth of their first child, their son Atticus. That was on July 28th. So that was an exciting thing that happened in addition to doing theater kinds of things. Then we did Shakespeare in the Park. We did A Midsummer Night's Dream. It was free for everyone in the public to come and join us in Coburn Park. We had 3 beautiful days of weather, and the cast was made up of a variety of community people, children, the parents of those children, just all kinds of people, and it was wonderful. And the audiences just really appreciated the fact that they were outside enjoying theater. It was just magical, as they say, right? A Midsummer Night's Dream. We raised a lot of money in donations and concessions. We're very, very happy about that, and we also got great reviews from people who came to that performance. So Shakespeare in the Park, we're planning on doing it again at the end of next summer. We had auditions for the Ghost Tours, the 2nd annual Ghost Tours. We had a concert by Little Lies upstairs. They're a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. They were amazing, just sounded just like Fleetwood Mac. They were wonderful people as well. We had a magician come for a family show. His name was Wes Wonder, and he did an incredible amount of magic. So we're adding to that magical theme from A Midsummer Night's Dream, right? We've applied for 3 grants over this time, and we received one from the Ungen Foundation toward operations for the operational cost for Lights Up Productions for a 3-year period. So we want to thank the Ungen Foundation. We had auditions for A Christmas Carol. We're doing a full play this year, not just a staged reading. It's an amazing adaptation of Charles Dickens' play. And it has been cast. There are 36 people in this cast, some of which have multiple roles in the play, and there are several families within it. We're very, very proud and happy to have a director from Waterville Opera House fame, Geraldine Shattuck, directing this show. And rehearsals have already started happening. We joined the Rec Center for the Trunk or Treat on Saturday, and also had our Ghost Tours 2, we call it GT2. This past weekend on Friday and Saturday night, we hosted 208 participants in that for 9 tours over the 2 nights. It was fantastic. We also had on Sunday a historical tour featuring the Park Street Players who used to be on our stage back in the 1980s and 90s. They were just amazing. There were 3 actors from that group who brought a ton of photos and paraphernalia from their time, and they talked a lot about their adventures on our stage. It was wonderful. Our 2026 season has been approved by our board, but it has not been announced yet. It will be announced very, very soon. We're very excited about it. We have sponsorship opportunities for that season, the 2026 season, which includes season sponsorships and also show sponsorships ranging from $50 all the way up to $5,000. They include the main stage productions, the ghost tour, and also educational workshops that we're giving to the public for free. One of the educational workshops will be done by or hosted by a woman who moved to town in Skowhegan in January. She starred in a Broadway show of, Chicago the Musical, and she also did a lot of different theater all around the world. She's wonderful. So she is doing a theater workshop for children over April vacation, over 2 nights, the children ages 8 to 12 years old. So that's gonna be amazing. I did wanna say that A Christmas Carol tickets have been on sale already. Our show dates are 3 nights or three performances on December 19th, 20th, and 21st. We have actually sold tickets already, but they will be available at the door as well. I don't know what that sound is. My hearing aid. I do want to say that if you are a Skowhegan voting registered voter, that we will be here again on November 4th collecting signatures to be on the town warrant to obtain nonprofit funding. So look for us there on that day, outside. And if you are not on our Facebook or Instagram page, please like or follow us at Lights Up Skowhegan, not Lights Up Productions, but Lights Up Skowhegan. And please go to our website to sign up for our contact list if you're not a Facebook person or an Instagram person. If you sign up for a contact list on our website, which is www.lightsupskowhegan.org, you will get announcements of our activities and also quarterly newsletters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lynn.
Angel, you got all that, right?
I'm gonna get her notes when we're done.
Is there anybody else who'd like to speak tonight? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to the consent agenda. First item on the consent agenda is the approval of the minutes from October 14th. I'll need a first and a second.
I'd move that we accept the agenda from last week, or 2 weeks ago, as it's written with a couple of changes that Amber had turned in.
Second.
Okay, I have a first and a second. And so have we recorded the changes yet?
Yep.
They've been acknowledged, yep.
Okay. So, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. Next item on the consent agenda is to approve cemetery lot conveyance for Lawrence Lowe, East Skowhegan Cemetery, Lot 204, Grave 6.
So moved as written.
Second?
We have a first from Amber and a second from Kevin. Is there anybody who would like to speak regarding this issue? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. We're going to move on to the regular agenda. The first item on the regular agenda is discussion and decision to approve renewal application for on-premises beer, wine, and spirits for Brickyard Hollow Brewing Company.
Move as written.
Second.
I have a first from Ethan and a second from Amber. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. Item number 2, discussion and decision to approve renewal application for on-premises beer, wine, and spirits for Zap Thai Restaurant.
So moved as written.
Second.
I have a first from Kevin and a second from Ethan. Is there anybody here who would like to speak regarding this renewal? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. Item number 3, discussion and decision to accept and sign the easement agreement between the town and Summit Natural Gas of Maine for the installation of a pipeline to be attached alongside the walking bridge. Nick, would you like to speak to this?
Get a first and a second.
Oh, I apologize. Yep.
So moved as written.
I got a first from Amber and a second from Elijah. Okay, Kevin.
So Jason has been doing a lot of work with Summit. Who was your contact there again? What's his name?
Brian Foster.
There you go. Look at that. And basically, they're trying to bring natural gas to this side of the river. They want to use our walking bridge. Jason and I went to them through Jason and wanted some sort of fiscal compensation for them using our infrastructure that already exists. If they're going to put their infrastructure on our infrastructure, they should have some skin in the game. So what did we end up agreeing to?
$10,000 one time.
Yeah, one time.
And we have a project on the south side with some fencing and stuff like that. They're gonna do some of that work and shore some of that granite up and stuff, make that look better. They did say when they get more established in Skowhegan, they help with some more projects in town. But that's about it.
Thank you, Jason. Is there anybody who would like to speak regarding this situation?
Just like to know the safety aspect of it.
John, can you please step up to the mic, please?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You asked me first, I have a right to tell you. John Gross, 23 Sandy Lane. Just a quick question for safety reasons. Has that been addressed? Also, you're bringing a pipe over that's exposed, right, Jason?
Yes.
Yeah. So my question is, how safe are every part of the safety protocol? Is
It will
It's on-
be wrapped in
okay.
material.
Yeah, I'm
so
just-
You
just-
can't go and hit it.
Well, I'm
It's
just
gonna be hanging down off the side, you're not gonna be able to get to it.
No, I'm not worried about that, but maybe somebody that decides to go hunting in town, like the chief says, comes around with a rifle or something like that, that's all. Something to think about. Thank you.
Don't give anybody ideas. Just kidding, John. Is there anybody else that'd like to speak? All right, we're going to move on. So, all those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. The next issue is discussion and decision to accept the changes to the Skowhegan brush and leaf policy. The first change, only doing leaf pickup on the streets that have curbing and storm drain systems starting the first or second week in April, weather permitting, for 3 weeks. The second change, starting fall cleanup the last week of October and going for 5 weeks. The new schedule is below. The first week, streets east of Main Street. The second week is streets west of Main Street. Third week, streets between North Ave and Madison Ave. Fourth week, streets west of Madison Ave. And the final fifth week is streets east of North Ave. I'm sure the town will be posting all of this information for people to look at. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve it as written.
Second.
I have a first from Elijah and a second from Amber. Discussion.
Now, the leaf pickup for the fall event, that will be for all streets, not excluding streets that have curbing and storm drains? That'll be for all
Yeah.
streets? Okay, yep. So it's just in the spring where it'll be restricted?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm trying to limit it. We've been doing so much of it. We can't keep going for weeks on weeks and weeks. It's not fair to the tax people to pay for that. And it's just getting over too much of it, you know?
So, just a quick question, what happens like on the third week if you don't have enough time to get all the houses on the streets between North Ave and Madison Ave done? If you don't have enough time, that 1 week?
We'll have to go back to it, but we're staying up on it right now. We started this week, and we've already got one area in town, the south side, west side, Michael Street area, that way. We've already done that section, and everything is done in those areas. So we'll go back to that area if we catch up on this area, but we're not gonna go for weeks on end like we have been. We've done 6, 8 weeks some years.
Yeah. What you're proposing seems more in line with what other communities do when they offer this type of service to
Yes.
the village or more dense population areas. How much money roughly is it saving us if we, is it,
It's, you can't really call it a savings because we own the equipment, but if you
Or
were,
man-hours.
if you were gonna go out and pay for a truck to go out and suck these leaves and stuff like that, we're talking $50,000 for a season.
yeah,
You know? But you gotta figure we got maintenance on all these vehicles, you got a crew out there,
yeah.
sometimes you got $100,000 worth of equipment
that-
out there picking up leaves.
That same piece of equipment we use, is Donald use it as well for, no, it's not.
We use that same piece of equipment to suck out our drains
Yep, okay,
and stuff like that, so that's why we gotta get away from you doing so much in the spring.
Right.
Because we're taking away from sucking up our basins, we're getting behind on that.
yep, that makes sense.
Yes,
How many
Chief.
machines are there?
There's 2,
And they're both working great.
yep. Yep,
Yes, Chief.
A couple of years ago, Jason and I sat down and talked about this whole thing and estimated it out a couple $100,000 for them to pick up leaves. We're almost close to $250,000 between payroll, maintenance of vehicles, fuel, equipment, all of that stuff. So it's quite costly to pick up the
I think it's reasonable. I did a quick search on the internet, and most towns our size actually don't even offer leaf pickup. And then there are several that do. We have the leaf pickup, and we also have the transfer station. So we're still offering more than most towns in the central Maine area.
I just gotta say, if you don't have them out there and we go by, we can't keep coming back. That's where we're running into going weeks on weeks and weeks. If you ain't got it out, I'm sorry, you're gonna have
I
to,
was curious, like, the two things I'm curious about was like a notification system to the
it will
towns.
be on the town website.
Okay.
I,
And then, so if I'm on Bennett Ave, and it's the whichever week, so is it, will I know that I need to have mine out on Tuesday of that week, or?
Just have it out that week that
and
it
you'll
says
keep
that.
circling- You'll kind of keep circling
Yep.
through that area?
Yep.
until they're- Okay.
We'll stay in that area for a solid week.
Yep, cool.
So it doesn't have to be out on like a trash day, like Monday, it can be out anytime that week.
Yep.
That's very flexible.
We'd like to have it out the beginning of that week, so when we come into your neighborhood, we don't have to go backtrack
Yeah.
after we go by and you're out there raking the leaves out. That's what we're running into, so.
Yeah.
Yes, John?
Just a quick question. We still have those big orange signs that used to be put like in Family Dollar parking lot to tell you what's going on?
We do, they're kind of obsolete though, their batteries are bad in them and,
Well, it might be a nice idea to, you know, I mean, you do
Yeah.
this, we used to do it with special things that are going on.
Yep.
You know, maybe a community board somewhere that is exposed to people.
Maybe we can get it on the board out here.
Yeah, once we get that fixed, we'll
Oh,
get
you
it out
broke
there.
it?
We should look into getting the message board fixed because it's a
We
good
should-
idea. And we could definitely advertise it on Madison Ave.
Yeah, or you there, put it in the exit coming out of Walmart. Everybody has to stop there. Thank you.
Any further questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you, guys.
When you must have to sort of, next week.
Next item, discussion and decision to choose a vendor for the removal of 3 trees at the Water Pollution Control Plant. The amount will be taken from the capital reserve account, building maintenance and improvement, with a current balance of $47,545.
So moved.
Second?
I have a first and a second from Elijah and Kevin. Discussion. Donnie, would you like to speak on this?
That tree removal?
Sure.
Yes, it is.
So this is a great example of using the quote system. The prices are considerably different. So I brought in an arborist, and we kind of have the tree lines getting overgrown. Nothing's really been done down there, and we have these massive pines. And so if a tree falls, takes a power line down, you put the power line back up. But some of these trees are so big, it's like catastrophic. And that picture didn't transfer too well, but that picture is where our 3-phase comes in, and right in that building is our backup generator. And so the trees that we're looking at are directly above our backup generator. So I brought in an arborist. I said, if you had a little bit of money to spend, which trees would you take? And these were the ones they identified as major catastrophic events that would happen. So I'm hoping we can do this year, and each year do a little bit on this fence line and push. There's a bunch of goals with the fence line. Is we need to be able to get a truck back there and maintain the fence line. We need defensible space. Everything's getting grown in. So we kind of got to push it back. And then for this year, we're just going to try to take the attention to the couple trees that would put us on the front page of the paper, which we don't, not in a good way, right? So.
Yeah, I can see the pine trees back there, and they do fall on a big windy storm. I was wondering, is it possible after some of those big trees come down that maybe this could be worked out with Public Works or something?
For tree removal?
Or just working behind the fence line, cleaning it up, like you said?
Absolutely. If we get these couple trees out, we're going to be able to, and it's also the beginning of, there's like an old road that was there, and it's all gotten grown in. And so these trees being removed will open up that first part. And so, yes, we'd be able to get trucks in there and be able to do our own maintenance with saws and stuff that isn't, like, this is crane and climber stuff.
Yeah.
So, yep.
How does that road where the trucks will go in coincide with the trail system?
Well, it's going to open up the access. So I've been going to the Somerset Woods trustees meetings about the trails, and that is a trail that's gotten overgrown. So we're kind of doing 2 things there. We'll push it back, defensible fire space that'll open up the trail. That'll also give our chief of police a second access point to the beach down there, which I think could be, it can only be helpful, right? So you could potentially, long term, if we get that opened up, you could get a cruiser and an ambulance down on the other side. But the main point of this project is those trees right above the 3-phase, right above our generator. So if we get these trees removed, there's like a couple things that I worry about, and those are one of them.
So just to be clear, Belanger tree is the arborist that you're going to use?
Well, that's your guys' decision. So I've brought the quotes
okay.
to you, and then part of this decision is to choose, and, you know.
So it's 3 trees that you're having taken down?
Yep, and each price is quoted for the same job, so.
Okay, so so everybody knows what's going on here. We had three quotes. We had one from,
Zulke.
thank you, Zulke Tree Service for $11,900. We had one from Bergeron Tree Service for $5,500, and Belanger Tree Care for $4,200.
Yeah, they came in way, I was surprised. They
So
came
we
in
have
way
a
low.
first and a second to approve this article as written, discussion, decision, but we did not name a choice on.
What we could do, I would entertain an amendment to add Belanger Tree Care for $4,200.
Eli, you made the motion. Will you amend it to include that 4,200?
Yeah, sure. Make a motion to approve it as written.
Is there any-
Belanger Tree Care.
Perfect. Kevin, you'll second it.
I would second that.
Perfect.
We have.
Amber, forget you that.
Okay, sure. Gene?
Does that price also include stump grinding?
It's just taking it down and removal. I'm gonna make sure they bring it down to ground level. I don't think we'll need to grind.
As you said, you're gonna open it up for traffic, and Belanger has done some excellent work for us for the cemetery.
Okay. I didn't factor in the grinding. I figured we could, if we get it low enough and we get a truck over it, we're good to go.
If it needs to be ground, I know someone that can take
Yeah.
care of it, so.
I got a couple of friends.
Yes. My question is,
Come on up.
anticipation of any help from this Woods operation? From the Woods, Kennebec Woods?
Somerset, what trustees
Yeah.
that you're talking about? Yeah.
And do we anticipate any help from them, money-wise?
Not
For
for
this,
these-
no, this is
not
our
for this.
problem.
No.
This is just, the main point of this is keeping this tree off our backup generator.
They're
That's the
also-
key point. And we're doing a couple things too that are nice with opening the trail up, but the main point of this is our three-phase coming in, and there's a 110-foot tall pine tree right above
Right, I
it.
understand that,
Yep.
but my issue was, you mentioned earlier about the Kennebec Woods.
Trustees, about the trails, about how it impacts the trails, yes.
Right.
Yep.
These trees are on town property.
I understand that. but
They
there's
actually
a
gave us the
future-
land,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
They'll help with the trail piece, but this
They're
is not-
helping with the trail
This is not part of the
maintenance.
trail piece. This is going to be our liability.
They do help with the trail maintenance.
Yep.
Thank you, Donnie. Is there anybody else who would like to speak? Okay. I would like to be able to do this with one motion.
We amended Eli's. so
Okay,
you're
very good. So we're making a motion now, or everybody to vote on discussion the decision to choose, or to use Belanger Tree Care for $4,200 for the removal of 3 trees at the water pollution control plant. All those in favor? Motion carries 5-0.
And I'll give you guys one good happy note. There's the Somerset Wood Bank, and we'll be donating one of the trees to it.
Oh, great.
So that tree will go back to the community as the heat source.
Excellent.
I'll bring it to your house if you want
We
to.
can repair the engine.
You want me to do it?
You can do it.
Oh, yeah, easy to go. Okay, we're going to move on to item 6, discussion and decision to approve an expenditure not to exceed $3,500 for materials to construct a permanent water meter shelter at the community center from the Rec Department ball field compound reserve account.
So moved as written.
Second?
I have a first from Kevin and a second from Amber.
Okay. I'll speak to it quickly. So this is related to the discussion we had last week to can one of the change orders in order to save money and not waste materials and money on a new shelter, a temporary one for the winter, just to build a permanent one. We're going to in-house build this for a few $1,000s cheaper than what was quoted on the original scope of work for the project going on down at the rec department. So thank you to Jason. He already left, but thank you to Jason. His guys, he has a very skilled carpenter on staff, and they've quoted the material and can build that, and that way we don't waste money building something that we're just going to trash in the spring.
What type of material?
It's black roof panels, black trim, ridge caps.
So the structure already there?
No, it's just a concrete slab with the water pipes coming out of it.
Well, I'm thinking wood or concrete, you know?
It'll be a wood
Pressure-treated
frame.
rough pine.
Right.
Got a list right here if you want to grab it.
Yep, it's a nicely done quote. It's all detailed out.
And we anticipate it not costing $3,500. It'll be cheaper, but we have that little buffer in case materials change.
Sure.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. Item 7, discussion and decision to approve an application for parades and processions to allow Eric Buzzell to have a funeral parade for Terrence Perkins. The parade will consist of 25 tractor trailers, starting at Richard Carrier Trucking. They will travel North Ave to Jewett Street, to Madison Ave, to Waterville Road, to the Pool and Hall. I would enter-
Approve as
So
written.
moved as written, yep.
Okay, I'll take Ethan and Kevin seconds.
Second, yep.
Discussion. Yes, Chief?
If you do approve this tonight, I'll make sure that they have a police escort so that that procession is conducted safely and through all of our intersections. So just wanted to give you that.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. Item 8, discussion and decision to approve a request by Renee Bellevue to authorize an amount up to $6,500 from the Mary C. Brainerd Trust Fund to assist the Skowhegan residents who do not qualify for general assistance for the period of October 2025 through April 2026 for the purpose of heating fuel cost.
Motion to approve as written.
Second.
I have a first from Ethan and a second from,
Kinda.
I have a first from Elijah and a second from Ethan. Discussion.
This is something that's done every year, correct?
I'm just curious for a little more information on how we as a town make our judgments about, I imagine there's some structure around who qualifies for general assistance. And then this is people who do not qualify for general assistance, which means maybe they exceed the thresholds for qualifying for general assistance. Then how do we make our decisions?
I think she brings them through an application process. I mean, last year we had very few people use this. I don't even think we used $1,000 last year. So I think they fill out an application and I think it's like it's a one-time thing.
Okay, so this would be the kind of thing where if community members are aware of people struggling with heating oil but might not qualify for general assistance, we should be referring them to Renee. I mean, I realize this is not a lot of money.
So, yeah, so it's like, if you don't, some things will disqualify you from GA, one being if you have an income, right? And so if you're a single mom and you need it, so there's an application process that mimics the general assistance application.
Yeah.
But allows Renee we do this locally, we don't do this through the state reimbursement, so.
If she sees the need, then she'll usually enact this. So that people will get this.
And this is how this trust fund was established to begin with, so we're using it for its purpose.
We get quarterly deposits and that's what it's for.
Okay?
Is that decision made just by Renee, or is, I just worry about like pressure on her if there were to be?
Yeah, Renee, I'm the director, so if there was a decision that she couldn't, as the administrator, couldn't make or felt uncomfortable, she comes to me, and then I do sort of an audit on it. But she's well versed in this. She hasn't come into one of those situations before, and she always runs things by, just to make sure. She does a good job.
Nice.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. We're going to move on to the treasurer warrants to be approved. Do I have a motion?
Can I ask a question before we move this? Just a quick question. I notice some folks have multiple pay checks in the documents that I have here. I don't know if it's payroll or what it is, but some people have more than one.
Yeah, I can answer that quickly. So some employees, Renee's a good example, are paid out of different departments to make their
Oh,
decisions. So,
okay.
so she has
Gotcha.
a general assistance version, right? Tanya for the planning gets paid out of code and planning. I'm trying to think of anyone else that's esoteric like that, but that's why. And if there's anything extra, I don't think we cut separate checks for a normal paycheck. So
Okay.
if you,
Or we're talking about when they did retro, when the contract was settled.
there's also we
Okay,
did
so
fire and
there's some
police
retro
recently.
stuff that's
Yeah.
in here?
Right,
Yep.
when the
Okay,
police union was settled.
Yep, and then fire.
that would explain a lot.
And that hasn't been paid yet.
Is that what you're noticing?
Yes.
Okay, then that's
Okay.
it.
Yep, I didn't know what it was for, that's all. Yep, all right, thanks.
Yeah, I also noticed when we pay county taxes, we pay the lump sum right up front. Is that how it works?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they started this
Oh.
nice little thing that was like a little, they put something forward, you could like pay for it twice a year. I was psyched.
Yeah.
But then they wanted to charge us like $40,000, so.
And interest, yeah. They were gonna do a 4%. They said, oh, you could do twice, and I was like, we're gonna do that. And then they said, oh, but we're gonna do interest to cover the loss interest from them. And I said, no way, because we're not gonna pay $40,000 extra dollars when we can afford it in the spring.
They
So
like when I come visit them, so.
we wait,
On Halloween day.
wait the very last day,
Yes.
and then we give it to them. So
I move we approve the 5 warrants as presented for a total of $3,169,282.63.
I second that.
All right, I have a first and a second. All those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. We're going to move on to unfinished business. We have the fire station, which is probably going to drag on forever now. We're going to move to the Hilton Hill Bridge, which we already know is going to be torn down on a certain date. We have policies and ordinances. There are outstanding issues right now, but we're looking at the no camping ordinance, a property maintenance ordinance, and we also would like to have a workshop on the transfer station options. I would like to see some movement on these ordinances over the next couple months. They've been dragging out for a while. Specifically, I think we need to look at the no camping. And we also, there are some laws that have come up that I think we're gonna have to review before we go forward with that. So we're gonna need to either have a workshop or another discussion on it.
with the planning board,
Yes.
yep, because it's sort of in their realm right now.
Yes, and there was a commitment to form some subcommittees to talk about parking and whatnot, and so I haven't heard of any motion on those yet.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how we can move it along a little bit, because it's been, what, a couple, 3 months by now, and,
I have pinged Brian to let the planning board know.
Okay.
So I can ping him again and see what their flavor is.
okay. And I think that we should give them more information on the property maintenance. There's been some updates in the laws.
Okay. Do we want to schedule another joint meeting with them? Is it-
I would prefer to see some action on the things we committed to before we come together and meeting again.
I missed
so-
that one. So that joint meeting. So there was some action out of there that they were going to do.
So Jeff McCabe, for example, offered to get a subcommittee for parking together. Whitney, I thought you committed to setting up a meeting with the operator of the homeless shelter so that we can get a better idea of the standard sort of rules and operations.
So I'm not sure how to get there. I think one of the biggest issues right now is the state has passed a law regarding homeless shelters, but the state does have rules and regulations requiring that all the homeless shelters are up to code. In order for that to be confirmed, we're going to need the code enforcement officer to visit the homeless shelter and do some investigations and make sure that it is up properly to code. That needs to happen. And I think that, Nick, I'm not sure if you could
I'm
get
working
that
on
going.
it. Yep.
And then once he does the investigation, we can see where we're at. If it's up to code, then we can move down the line. I think it's important because we're getting into the cold months, and the people outside are gonna have to get inside. I do want to mention the Wittenbrook Conservation Area. That is town-owned property, and there are 2 large campsites there. It doesn't appear that there's anybody there anymore, but it's gonna take quite an effort to pick it up. And I go back to, this is part of the problem, is we're having to go in there and spend a lot of time and energy picking up large messes on our public land. So it would have been better if they could have, at least picked up some of their stuff before they left.
Is there anything else I need to follow up with the planning board and Brian on this front?
My understanding about a meeting with the operator of the homeless shelter was also that we're just curious about the influx of referrals to this location, how that works, what is the turnover, what are the rules that impact whether or not people are on the streets at certain times of day, off the streets at certain times of day. I have felt like we've had this conversation many times over the years without a lot of good information about actually how the place operates. So aside from new laws and codes, I just wonder if that's helpful information for us, either for a small party of folks to schedule a meeting or to schedule a workshop and invite the operator.
Yeah, if we could get the operator of the homeless shelter to meet with us, that would be helpful. And then at that point, we could set up some, for the code enforcement officer to go in there and make sure everything's up to code, like he does with every other business here.
So maybe what I'll do is, was anyone taking the lead on that when you guys decided at that meeting?
I thought Whitney did, but I could have, I'm sorry. Okay.
I apologize.
Yep.
Jeff McCabe also he was gonna do something with the parking, and I told him I'd help him out.
For the subcommittee?
Yeah, like reach out to some other towns, and
Yeah.
see what some other towns were doing, but,
Okay.
so I'll reach out to Jeff.
Okay.
Yep.
What I might do before I have our CEO, I'll take the lead on setting up the shelter operator meeting.
Great.
And we'll go from there with Aaron.
Great.
That way it's,
As of yesterday, they weren't accepting anybody in the shelter,
Okay.
I do know that.
I think it'll be politically the right way to do that
Yeah.
first, instead of just showing up for an inspection. So, okay.
I'm interested in the correlation between the county seat and the homeless shelter.
Great, and then just on the, we talked about a workshop on the transfer station from Cindy, which was so helpful about a year ago, but we also talked about, is there funding for a feasibility study on different scenarios that have been researched for managing trash? I see that as separate from an internal workshop. So that's identifying what resources we might have to do something like that.
Any further discussion?
Just a few other things on unfinished business. We talked about a goal this year of getting our budget and finance committee together much sooner than at the 11th hour. So I don't want us to forget about that, and just setting some best practice, right? So
Yeah, do you want me to speak on that a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to switch up how you guys do budgets here because from my understanding, you do a marathon meeting. It's 11 hours, and 5 hours in, people are fatigued, right? And so you're not really there, present, making decisions. So I'd like to mimic what we do in other towns is start it earlier, and you have a few department heads present their budget at a regular select board meeting, so the public has ample time and viewing ability of their budget. It allows us to go back and forth a bit, and we're not cramming everything into one day. That's sort of how we're going to go. So I'm creating a timeline where each department, I'm going to ask for them to present their budget at a meeting. I'm not sure how this TV works. I don't think we've ever used it while I've been here, but it would be nice to have this up and running so that they can give a snapshot of their presentation to the public. But that's my process that I'm going to be implementing here. So it's a little bit better.
Great, and then the one other outstanding item that we're carrying over is decision, a revisiting of the charging station numbers and a decision as to whether to renew. Brian has done some work to collect financial data and records for a return to that conversation. It has been vandalized pretty significantly. That has been reported to the police station. I don't know whether it's functional. It was at one time after the first vandalization. Then looks like a baseball bat or something went to it a second time. So it has not been repaired. I don't know if it's been reported to ChargePoint or not, and I don't know whether it's functional at the moment. But Brian has done some work to collect better financial data, which we need to come back to.
So do you want to leave, that's going under unfinished business?
Yeah.
Okay. You're good leaving that for a little bit while we figure out the Main Street lease and whatnot?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I think we are, obviously, it's in a state of disrepair. The repair of the machine lives on the ChargePoint's responsibility per the contract, and we are overdue to renew the contract at this point. So we should get back to it, but
Yes.
the Main Street lease is our
Okay.
priority.
Awesome.
Anything else? All right. I see that we have no other business, so I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much.
You're going to take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I thought I could declare the adjournment. I saw that in Robert's rules. I just read
We
it.
don't officially adopt Robert rules. Whitney first,
Meeting adjourned.
5-0.
If I'm wrong, we'll have to fix the minutes, won't we? I just read that the other day. Okay, I'm sorry.